Some people don't realize they're lost because life still looks successful. The money's there, the followers are there, the distractions are there, the laughter is there, and slowly comfort convinces them they're fine until one day they open their eyes somewhere they thought they would never be.
The eternal Word, a light unto the ages, now revealed.
You know what's dangerous? When somebody slowly stops thinking about eternity because life still feels good. And honestly, that's where a lot of people are right now. Not necessarily far from God in their mind. They're not openly rejecting Him. They're not waking up every morning trying to live evil lives. They're just distracted. Think about it. Life is moving fast. The money's coming in. Friends are all around you, posting online. You're going out. You're traveling the world, laughing, having a good time. You're building things, chasing goals, making plans for next year like next year is guaranteed. And little by little, people start feeling untouchable. That's the word. That's the word. Untouchable. Not because they say it out loud, but because deep down, they live like tomorrow automatically belongs to them. Like death happens to other people. Like judgment is something far away. Like there's always more time. You have time and later you can finally get serious about God. And you know what's scary? Most people don't even notice it's happening. Because spiritual numbness, it doesn't feel dangerous at first. At first, it actually feels normal. You still wake up. You're still functioning. You're still smiling. You're still making the money. You're still going out with your girlfriends, with your boyfriends. And you're still having dinner wherever you want to go. You're still sleeping peacefully at night. But meanwhile, your soul slowly drifts further and further into the background. And what makes this story Jesus told feel terrifyingly modern? Because the man at the center of it probably looked successful to everybody around him too. The kind of person people admire now, right? Expensive clothes, the Dior shoes, the Louis Vuitton hat, all of this. Just luxury, the influence, the kind of life people spend years trying to build. And every single day, he woke up believing my life is going to continue the same way it is, the same way it always has been. But just outside his gate, there was another man who was broken, who was hungry, who was covered in sores, who laid there in pain while people consistently walked past him every day like he didn't even exist. And the rich man became so consumed with his own comfort, he stopped seeing suffering completely. You see, that's what comfort can do to people if you're not careful. Not always make them evil, just numb to eternity, numb to conviction, numb to people, numb to the reality that life is moving faster than you really think it is. And maybe that's why Jesus told this story the way he did. Because this story is not really about money at all. It's about a soul that became so distracted by temporary things, he stopped preparing for eternal things. And the terrifying part is, the rich man had absolutely no idea his last normal day was already happening. Because most people who die tomorrow fully expected to wake up again. And that's where this story begins.
Jesus spoke of a man who had everything this world could offer, and yet in the end, he lost everything that truly mattered. He lived in luxury, wrapped in fine clothing, feasting while others starved. In his world, comfort was normal, and suffering was invisible. People were tools, faces without names, souls without value. Pride sat on the throne of his heart. God spoke to him in sermons he half listened to. In quiet moments he quickly drowned out with noise. In a dusty Bible he never opened. He heard God's voice once, but wealth spoke louder. He believed tomorrow would always come. He believed life was his to control. But every story, every life has an ending, and his was closer than he knew.
I built my world in golden glass, city lights beneath my feet. Every door opens when I pass, every room reserved for me. I got the nights I never earned, I got the love that wasn't real. I fed the fire while it burned, never cared for what I feel. But I keep rising, higher and higher. Every heartbeat fueled with desire. I don't see the cracks beneath me, I don't feel the shadows reach me, 'cause I'm untouchable, unstoppable. Living like I'll never fall. Got the world below me, nothing can control me. I'm standing 10,000 inches tall, unstoppable. Living like I'll never fall. Got the world below me, nothing can control me. I'm standing 10,000 feet tall, untouchable. Too high to see the truth, untouchable. Too blind to face the proof. My time is slipping through my hands, but I still feel
Well, the rich man don't sound evil yet, do he? I mean, that's what should disturb people, because right now he just sounds comfortable, successful, drinking the best wine, the finest wine. He's distracted. He's consumed with life, like a lot of people today. And honestly, that's why this story feels so dangerous now more than ever before. Because there are people living exactly like this every single day. They still make money. They're still posting on their social medias. They're still laughing with their friends. They're building their future. They're still talking about next year, I'm going to do this. Next year, I'm going to do that. Meanwhile, their soul is drifting in the background. You see, that's what's happening to this rich man. Not all at once. Think about it. He has the finest things in life. But slowly, little by little, comfort become louder than conviction. His Bible collecting dust. When the last time you read your Bible? When the last time you got down on your knees and said something to God? You see, the pleasure became louder than eternity. Distraction became louder than God. And eventually, he stopped seeing the cracks underneath him completely. You see, too high to see the truth. That's terrifying, because some people become so consumed with these temporary things, they stop seriously thinking about eternal things altogether. The Bible says our life is like a vapor of smoke. It's here one moment and it's gone the next. The dangerous part about the rich man, what we're seeing, is like so many people, they still think they have time because they feel fine. And that's deception. The rich man still slept peacefully at night. He still woke up, I'm sure, got everything he wanted, his heart desired. But death was already moving toward him while he sat there feeling untouchable. And honestly, that's the illusion that really scares me most about this story. But let's see, maybe the rich man will get a change of heart. Maybe he'll realize, hey, I have been neglecting my soul. Let's continue.
And at his gate there lay a man with nothing, no wealth, no comfort, no beauty the world cared to see. Day after day he lay there, invisible in the shadow of another man's fortune. His legs were weak, twisted, useless beneath him. His body was covered in sores, each one a silent testimony of his suffering. He had a name, Lazarus. God knew him, even when people did not. He was hungry enough to dream of crumbs, and all he received were glances of disgust and footsteps walking past. The dogs showed him more kindness than the man who feasted behind those gates. They licked his sores, while the rich man's table overflowed. Just a few steps away, two men, one wrapped in comfort, one wrapped in pain, but heaven was watching, and eternity was already moving toward them.
Where the rich man's table overflowed, I lay quiet in the cold, watching shadows pass me by, with empty hands and tired eyes. They never knew my name at all, just stepped around me where I'd fall. But in my heart I whispered prayers, hoping someone saw me there. I only dreamed of crumbs to eat, mercy falling at my feet. Every tear, every breath I gave, heaven held them all. Heaven held them all. I was broken, but not unseen. I was hungry, but still believed.
Every day, the rich man walked past the suffering at his own gate. He saw the luxury of his world, but never the pain at his feet. Lazarus reached out, not for wealth, not for comfort, but for crumbs. A single moment of compassion, a single glance of mercy. But the rich man looked upon him with irritation. His heart had grown so hard that another man's suffering became an inconvenience. He stepped around Lazarus as if stepping around a stain on the floor. Even the servants treated Lazarus with more authority than pity. They waved him back, pushed him aside, as if he did not belong among the living. But heaven was watching. Every cold glance, every ignored cry, every moment Lazarus was trampled by the pride of others. And soon, eternity would answer.
How many of you felt like Lazarus or feel like Lazarus? You feel like no one sees you. You're overlooked. The rich man had everything his heart desires. And look how he treated him. Look how the other people treated this man. This man is just simply begging for food because he's hungry. But they're looking at his appearance as if he's a nobody. But notice the thing here. Heaven is watching. And you know what makes this story so terrifying? Because the rich man assumes everything is okay. But what he don't realize is judgment never feels real to people until suddenly it is. And honestly, that's how life works sometimes. People wake up thinking, I got years left. I do what I want to do. I'm gonna be 90 years old when I expire. I have so much time left. I'll get another chance tomorrow. But tomorrow's not guaranteed. Meanwhile, eternity is already closer than they realize. And the dangerous part about that way of thinking, most people don't think about death seriously until death suddenly becomes personal. Have you ever been on social media and you see somebody, you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know so-and-so just passed. As if that's something unimaginable. The problem is it's the reality of a situation we all will encounter one day. And this is why Jesus tells this story with so much tension. Because the rich man is still eating. He's still living comfortably. He's still distracted. And he has absolutely no idea his last normal day is approaching. Somebody's scheduled next week and it never made it. Somebody said, I'll get serious about God later, and they ran out of time. This is why this story is so emotionally dangerous, because the rich man never thought eternity would interrupt his life so suddenly. Nobody does. People think, I'm still young. I still have time. I'll deal with my soul eventually, until something happens. The rich man didn't know. Heaven was watching the way he was treating Lazarus. Lazarus probably felt that nobody cared about him. But look at the contrast. The rich man felt like nobody's watching him. Lazarus feels like nobody's watching him, but heaven is watching them both. Let's watch this.
The rich man lived his final night as he had lived every other, surrounded by comfort, drowning in luxury, blind to the ticking clock of eternity. But death does not knock. It kicks the doors down and enters when it's time. In a single moment, the laughter faded, the heartbeat slow, the eyes dimmed, and the man who once felt untouchable became still. He opened his eyes, but not to the ceiling of his penthouse, not to the faces of his friends, but to darkness, no longer wearing his expensive clothes, but filthy rags. The rich man was now all alone. No money, no women, nothing but darkness. And in an instant, the flames surrounded him. Screams filled the air. Torment swallowed him whole. There was no mercy, no second chance, no escape. He realized he was alive, but he was not saved. He realized in hell, he has lifted up his eyes. And in an instant, he opened his eyes in a place he had never believed existed. Fire surrounded him, darkness pressed against him, screams filled the air like a storm without end. Pain, real, consuming, unimaginable pain tore through him. Not the pain of a failing body, but the pain of a soul under judgment, pain he can't explain. He was not alone. All around him were others, crying, screaming, begging for mercy that would never come. And then he lifted his eyes and saw something he had not expected. Far, far away, across an endless gulf, he saw Abraham, and beside him he saw the poor beggar whom he ignored, the one he had despised, now comforted, now healed, now resting in peace. The rich man reached out, but between them was a great chasm, a divide no soul could cross, a separation fixed for eternity. And in that moment, he understood. His life was over. His choices were sealed. His fate was set. There was no escape, no second chance, no more time. He was alive, but he was lost forever. This is only the beginning of eternal separation from God. The rich man's cries faded into the darkness, but his suffering did not. His story ended in flame, but yours has not ended yet.
The rich man can see clearly now, can't he? Problem is, it's too late. And that's the horror of this story. Not just the flames, not just the suffering, the realization. The realization that everything he lived for, everything that distracted him, everything that made him feel untouchable, stayed behind. The money stayed behind, the women stayed behind, the partying stayed behind, the luxury lifestyle, the image, all of it stayed behind. And suddenly, none of it mattered anymore. That's terrifying. I bet you that rich man wished he could have went back and relived everything over. And I bet you he would have done it differently. Because in one moment, the rich man realized something people spend their whole lives trying to avoid thinking about. Your soul is the only thing leaving this world with you. And honestly, that's why Jesus told this story the way he did. The rich man never thought this would be his ending. That's what makes this scary. Because while he was living his luxurious lifestyle, eternity was already getting closer. And eternity is a lot longer than your life. That's true for every person listening to this video right now. Nobody wakes up thinking, today might be my last day on earth. People make plans, you set goals, schedule next month, you talk about the future like it's automatic. Meanwhile, life keeps moving quietly toward eternity. This is why Jesus told this story, not to entertain people, not to create fear, but to wake people up before it's too late. Because the rich man, his greatest mistake wasn't money, it was numbness. His soul became numb. He became numb to God. He became numb to suffering. And he became numb to the fact that his life on earth was temporary. And little by little, comfort convinced him he was safe. Because some people think danger looks like rebellion. Sometimes danger looks like distraction. You're still smiling, still functioning, right? Meanwhile, their soul slowly drifts further and further away from God. And honestly, some people watching this right now know exactly what that feels like. You still believe in God, you know you do, but life has become so loud, you barely think about eternity anymore. And the distractions never stop. The scrolling never stops. The chasing never stops. The pressure never stops. And after a while, your soul becomes something you only think about during quiet moments late at night. That's the rich man. Not a monster. A man who became spiritually asleep while life still looked beautiful on the outside. And then suddenly, everything ended. That's the part people avoid talking about. One day, the posts will stop. The money is going to stop. The heartbeat's going to stop. The distractions are going to stop. And every human being stands face to face with eternity. No filters, no image, no status, no pretending, just truth. And what breaks me emotionally about this story is that the rich man finally understood what mattered after his life was over. He finally saw it, but clarity came too late. And maybe that's why Jesus told this story with so much urgency because right now, the gate is still open. Right now, there is still breath in your lungs. Your heart is still beating. Still time to seek God. Still time to wake up spiritually. Still time to stop living numb. Still time to stop treating eternity like it's far away. Because the terrifying thing about life is nobody knows when their final normal day will happen. Nobody. And maybe somebody listening today has been so distracted, so consumed with temporary things that deep down you already feel your soul growing cold. Maybe you've been running on autopilot for years. Maybe success became your distraction. Maybe comfort became your idol. Maybe you keep telling yourself, I'll get serious about God later. But later isn't promised to anybody. And that's the warning of this story. I'm not trying to condemn you. I'm not doing that. It's about mercy. Because Jesus told this story while people still had time to listen. And the fact that you're hearing this right now means the gate is still open for you too. But one day, it won't be. And that's why this story matters. Because eternity is not just a story. It's waiting for every single one of us. Remember, when the world is trying to figure things out, the Bible told it first.